Hey, I want to tell you a story about my dad. He's approaching his 92nd birthday, and I've only heard him swear once in my whole life. He was teaching me about engines, a straight six Chevy that I had in my beautiful Rambler Hornet, 1974 yellow. Woo! My first car. And we'd finished cleaning the carb and reattached it, and we were about to put the fuel line back in from the tank into the carburetor. And he was sucking petrol out of the tank to get it into the carb, and he accidentally sucked petrol into his mouth. And he went, shit! And I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and we were kind of caught in this moment. And then he ran off to go and wash his mouth out, and I burst into laughter. And the reason I couldn't laugh in front of him was that I was scared of my dad. I was brought up in the 60s and 70s in a very traditional way. Both my parents beat me regularly, and it was an era where parents firmly believed, that they were not there to be your friend. They were not there for that kind of interaction. Kids were to be seen and not heard, and preferably not seen either. And at the time, I was one of these people who grew up to say, well, it did me no harm, didn't do me any harm. But frankly, that was bullshit. Did me a lot of harm. Did me a lot of harm. Harm that's taken years of therapy to get rid of. Now, none of that was intentional. I don't bear my parents any grudge at all. They were doing the best with what they knew. And I grew up in a loving, stable household. I was luckier than most. But my dad wasn't that great a dad by today's standards. And I'm a better father to my sons than he was to me at the time when we were young. And I'm really hoping that my sons are better fathers to their sons, because that's the way we all improve in increments. And the reason that's possible is that my dad has grown over the years, just as I have grown, and how I expect my sons to grow, because we as a family have that growth mindset. We're not stuck. And what I see with so many men is that they're still stuck in this mode of, well, my dad brought me up that way and it didn't do me any harm, so I'm going to bring my sons up that way. It's a tough world. We've got to be tough with our sons. No, look where it's got us. Look where we've just got to be tougher and tougher and tougher, and things have actually just got worse and worse and worse. What we need to introduce, I'm begging you, softness, love, feminine qualities into the way in which we all live. Because at the moment, this whole let's just get tougher thing is a gigantic fuck up for all of us. The patriarchy is screwing us left, right, and center. We all need to improve. And the way we're going to improve is to bring love and compassion, not more toughness, not